Gentlemen, uh, thank you TEDx for this platform. This platform has been an amazing platform for spreading ideas. I must comment that all our previous speakers have been speaking tremendously about hope and attitude, and this has been the fourth of the second session that we are going through. My story is all about hope, attitude, but with a little different sort of meaning. I've chosen this topic on the road less traveled. It's about beautification of a dump yard. This is something that nobody likes to get close to garbage, and that's the reason why I chose this as the road less traveled, because people don't like to be associated to the road that leads to garbage. Wherever there is more development, economic development, and there's more development, you find more garbage. You won't find this in the villages. And this is a nagging problem all over the world, in our cities, in our towns, in our states. And whatever we eat, whatever we get from the supermarket, we sort of package up into a dump bin, and it's sent into the trucks, and it goes into the dump yard. So this is how we, with all our development, getting more consumerism, more garbage. Cities are struggling. The papers are getting filled with articles about garbage, how to treat garbage. The clock is ticking. We have a case in Mumbai where, as you see in the slide, a corporator rose on a river of garbage. This is something that you will not see. There is water underneath, but this is a river of garbage. And as you see at the next slide, there is the JCB trying to level off compact garbage so that they can heap more garbage. Cities are struggling everywhere. We took upon this task to take upon a closed dumping yard. This was in the heart of Mumbai in Malad, and we said we will do something about it. This dumping yard used to get garbage of 300 trucks a day, 5 tons truck, and that was almost 1,000 tons of garbage being piled on and piled on and piled on in the same area. This was in the early 90s. As the garbage started piling up in that dump and filling up the dump, there was no other alternate space. So the trucks went up and up and up. And as you see in the background, there are the buildings, and these buildings are almost 7 stories high, and the garbage has reached a height of 7 stories. This is a vertical dumping ground. I want you to take a very, very close look at this slide. I may not come back to the slide in a hurry. The journey begins, and we started adopting this dump yard, which was in the solid waste management of the civic department, and they gave it to us as an adoption to make sure that we do it properly and the city becomes more livable. So the idea was born. The challenge comes as to how to make this task a possibility. We got the rag pickers, we got as our people, because they had to clean the plastics, and we gave them an employment. We took care of their health, and we made them sell the dry garbage, earn money from that, plus earn money from the daily wages. And that's how we started reforming this area. We started segregating the waste, the plastic separately, the glass separately. These people are our frontline people. They gave us the hope that we will achieve a dream. We had an idea, but we had to achieve the dream with the help of these people. So the segregation of waste took place. Then we formed a group of professionals, and we invited a landscape architect because we wanted to transform this. And this area was a 15-acre vertical landscaped, vertical garbage dump, which was surrounded by a population of 5 to 7 lakh people. This garbage used to send out putrid smell, flies, mosquitoes. People used to get a lot of lung and skin diseases and constant colds, and it was a real menace in this area. So we called upon this landscape architect who gave us this design, and we wanted to incorporate things that would be helpful for the people around that community. So we asked the person to create just 5% of hardscape paved areas and a route going up to the dump yard, and the rest should be around 90% should be environmental friendly plants which can pump out oxygen into this environment. So we created a walkway. As you see, there is a yoga area, there is a small forest area, there is a children play area, there's a parking lot, there's a senior citizens lot, there's a lot of activities which are sort of for different age groups. This story would not have been possible without the people that are involved, and I take great pride in the rag picker, which is right there, and they are right in the middle of the screen. And we have environmentalists, gardeners, rag pickers, we have service experts, engineers, architects. We had to build a retaining wall which had to contain this garbage, and we, after proper foreclosure in the early 2000s, we took upon this project. We sort of started working on a fortnightly basis. This was done with passion. And I must say that in this slide we have one of our staff that contracted TB, and we were very touched when we heard about it, because he was the most passionate in this group about it. He was the site engineer in charge of this project. We treated him and we told him, okay, you lay off for some time, and once you get well, we come back again. But his passion was so much for this project, because he had started this project. He said, no, I'll come back. Unfortunately, he's in Hyderabad but was not able to come here today. We started treating this garbage with cleaning it up and with the proper foreclosure methods, and putting sweet soil and a media which was conducive for plantation, and to create a proper media for plants. We had no rocket rule and no rocket science out here. There was no innovation. It was simple improvisation. We had just a collection of good professionals who were very committed to a very simple idea, and that was to beautify this landscape garbage dump. This is what it looked just after a year, and we were very happy to see this. The story doesn't end here, because people around the builders and the people around here refused to leave the place, because earlier they used to just leave the place and sell their place at a very low rate. Here they commanded a very high price, and we didn't get up by our group, but that's how society runs. You can see the large population around this area. There are around 7 to 9 lakh people who come here and frequent this. After a year or so, we had started this park. We could open it to the public with the help of the partnership with the local self-government, and to make it sustainable, we had to charge a small fee, and this basically was adding value to the environment and to the community. Did I hear something? These are the sounds we don't hear in our cities, but we hear it in this city. And this is the environmental impact that we had due to these are the sounds which have been taken out from this garbage dump, which is now a landscaped area. It gives us a lot of fresh air. It has a lot of dust control. It has lowered the temperature in that area. We have a lot of erosion control. As you see there is a vermicomposting unit out there, and which has caused it. Wait, just a minute. This is again the sounds of the birds. I just love this. I hope Nokia would use this as their ringtone in future. This is something that we would like to bring to our modern generation. These sounds which are never heard in our cities. This is an ecological change, and we grew around 60,000 species of plants. We grew around 2,000 trees, different trees. You can see the date palm there, you can see the cherry palm there, you can see the coconut with coconut trees, the champa, you have the sisal penne, and inside this you have a lot of the actual landscape of what it is just last month. This photo is taken out last month. This is a certificate of the work that we have done, and this certificate comes from Mother Nature and nobody else. As you see, we have achieved our idea. The idea was born, but the challenge was to make it happen. We wanted just 5% of the area, which we told the landscape architect, you make sure that this 5% is for hardscape for us to get up. The rest should be complete forestry. This is an environment, and in an area of 15 acres, you can imagine the oxygen that is pumping and the fresh air that's coming out from this area. This is a slope of almost 60 degrees with flora and different plantations put on different parts of the landscape. Our focus was basically urban diversity. As you see on the side, on the left hand side, you can see the garbage dump, and you can see on the right hand side the transformation. You can see the egret come, you can see the butterfly, you can see the chameleon, you can see the squirrel. The squirrel is highly sensitive to any gas or any difference in the environment, and it would not stay there. This is the reason we bought this slide, and all live in coexistence with each other. The human beings come during the park hours. A new ecosystem is born. Basically, we have seen in this place that we have developed around 20 species of butterflies. All these are actual photographs taken by our horticultural team in this park, which we call today as the Hilltop Park. This is a new ecosystem. I say a new ecosystem is born because when I told you about that slide, and I told you not to forget that slide was garbage, only the earlier slide, which had only flies and rats and scavengers. Today this is a sanctuary for insects. You have the different life cycles of the insect, from the egg, the larva, the pupa, the dragonfly, the adult. You have a sanctuary for reptiles. I take great pride in showing this slide because you can see the rat snake popping up its head and saying, hey, it is our park hours right now, and telling his friends at the chameleon, we can go for a little snack around the place. The park is closed from 10 to 4 for maintenance, and this is the time you see all these lovely creatures. You never see them in the cities, and these are the creatures that mingle around, and then they go back to their homes. We've created the slopes in such a way that human beings don't get into the slopes. These are slopes meant for these type of creatures, which are their home. This is a sanctuary for birds, some migratory. You can see the bulbul there. Did I hear something? Yes, that's the cuckoo. And the cuckoo is heralding the sound of the rain, and it's really rained a lot, as you can see on TV. Mumbai has had a great rainfall, and that has given us a beautiful landscape in the middle. This project has a lot of different impacts. The economic impact, I explained to you that the prices of real estate has gone up. It has a social impact. It has changed lives. It's basically, the idea is to benefit our current generation and future generations. As you see the different age groups, and you see that little baby out there smiling, and the old man there, enjoying his walk so peacefully at a height of around 7 stories high, a park where you can see half of that suburb. And this is a social impact where I love this slide where children come to this park for picnics, and you can see happy faces oblivious of what they had happened some 10 years ago, and they're just enjoying the scenario of what has been created. An idea was born, and the challenge was it that we had to make it happen. The success of it can be seen in this too. We have an educational impact out here. We have the surrounding areas that come and do a lot of tree plantations. We have a school which is going on a walk, educational walk. Then you have senior citizens coming and explaining to things. There is a lot of interaction in this park, which has become a very important area. We have sustainable practices. This is something very interesting. We have our own vermiculture. We don't use fertilizers, biofertilizers, nothing. This is just we just use things from the park, which is generated from the park. We have an on-site nursery. We have irrigation system which we use, which is from the STP and the ETP water of the surrounding buildings, which have been kind enough to donate that water to us. Then we have one of its first of its kind in India, a transplanting machine for which we adopt a lot of trees and from the neighboring area, and it could be like a sanctuary for trees in this area. This is one of a small recognition to our team and for our committed social responsibility by the local ward. This local ward got the best award for having done this in partnership with us, and I was one of the people to be facilitated for this. This is my last slide, but an idea was born, and we had a passion to do something for this idea. The challenge, as you see in the earlier slides, was to make it happen. Making it a success was what the challenge was. Thank you. Thank you.